First of all, apologies, we've missed 2 or 3 videos. That's because we were getting some big jobs out of the way. But to make up for that, we are going to do 2, maybe 3 videos over the next week. Starting with getting these 2 ready to take to a show this weekend. Now, I'm going to be mostly working on this. I'm going to be working on this. That worked really well. That's like we had planned it ahead.
We hadn't.
Yeah, she hadn't. So, strap in, buckle in, strap in, strap on, and let's get into it. Now, you might remember these. It's been on the rotor forms for a little while. Now, this one's missing a face. And you're probably not wondering why, but if you are wondering why, they're getting refurbed. Now, I say that loosely because, whoops, I am actually just painting them. But this is an idea which will come in the future. I just 3D printed that. And I want to obviously make them out of aluminium, so ignore that for now. Faces. They have been just brushed since I had it, and I always want to try them white, so I'm going to try it. Now, in about 30 seconds, I will show you one that is white. But before that, I just want to explain why they came off the car. Now, first of all, Rotorform sent us those and asked us to go to ultimate dubs on them. So I put those on, I took that opportunity to do something to these I've wanted to do since the start. Now, they were never meant to be 16s, they were always meant to be 17s. But Jay, thank you Jay, had some 16-inch barrels, so money was a bit tight at the time, so I just bought 16-inch lips to save because I already had the barrels. Now, money's still tight, but I'm immature and worked out you could buy them on Klarna. So, from 16s to, bear with me, 17s. Now, this is a step-up kit, so I don't actually think they look as deep as they did as 16s, but they're the same width. They are just now 17s with a white face. Now, I've also got rid of the spiky bolts because as much as I loved the spiky bolts and wanted spiky bolts, they're a bit max powery, maybe. I don't know. So, first things first is to take the other 3 faces out and paint them white. I'm not even going to pretend I painted them well. That is literally just rattle can. It's actually the white paint that was left over from doing the Renault. So I'll unbolt them, get those painted, and we'll build them all up, pop the tyres on, see how they look. Just going to interrupt this time lapse for a little before and after, just to give you an idea. So 16, 17, both the same size lips, obviously the same faces, no more spiky bolts, and I think they should look pretty good, but only time will tell. For now, paint. Ta-da! Now, it's only a quick job because I'm not 100% sure I'm going to like the white, so I thought I'd just do a quick job. If it looks the tits, we'll paint them properly. If it doesn't, we'll go a different colour. But let me know in the comments. What do you think? Now, we're obviously going to find out in this video, so maybe wait till then to comment. But I don't even know what time it is, but I'm going home because I've got to do some more stuff for the merch that's coming out soon. I've got some lovely treats for you lot, so I need to go and work on that and a couple of other little bits, which I'll explain later in the video. So until the morning, goodbye. 'Tis the next day and I've just pulled all the bolts out of the tiny individual bags. Great for the environment, terrible for Jack. It's bad for the environment.
Terrible for the environment.
Yeah, it's the wrong way around.
Think of all the turns.
I've now got to put the nuts on the back of all of these. I'm not going to film it because that would just, I don't have a memory card big enough for that. And I'm going to ask Christopher nicely to print me some more centre caps.
Oh yeah.
If anyone wanted a hair check, it's fluffing out nicely since the last one.
Was the last one in there?
Yeah, the last haircut was.
God, yeah.
A lot of people were mocking your receding hairline. Bastards.
Horrible people. Like I wasn't self-conscious enough.
So yeah, put them together and you probably won't see them again until they go on the car. Next on the agenda, I think, is exhaust! Now, first thing to do with the exhaust, I guess, is to take this old one off. Now, I've got original, I think this was on a video, but it might not have been. It's original manifold, then a long length of pipe, and then a box, which used to be on the back of Chris's split screen. It's actually it's a power flow box, but I don't think it's doing much boxing really. It's leaking out the back. And then it just comes out this wing. Now, I never thought I had enough room at the back to get pipes out, but it turns out I do. And I think the plan is, I've got a selection of boxes. That one is off something. I think that one's off an old Golf. But I got them two boxes and I've got 1.5 inch pipe. So I think I want to run twin tips, which will then equate to about 3 inch or just under with the wall, whatever. I smushed the end of a bit of 2.5, and I think we can make something to go from 1 to 2. But we're just going to make it up as we go. So first things first, take this one off. Here she is, MX5, a random bit of box, split screen, Navara. I know I've been moaning for probably 6 months about how noisy my exhaust is, and this could be why. But there's a little bit of space, so I guess I'll cut it up and start mocking up and see what boxes are going to fit where. And then inevitably have an exhaust that's still the same volume, but at least we've tried. Now, I called that a bit of box in the last clip. Idiot. Anyway, I'm going to leave that bit. I've moved this box over. Tiny little bit of pipe, another box, weird squished thing, twin pipes. I think that's what we're going to roll with. Now, it's all cobbled together out of old random crap because at this stage we're just trying to find a half decent sound to work out what we should do in the future. And I did just say to Chris, I'm not exactly going to get in it and go, oh no, it's too quiet, I'm comfortable. Like, if it ends up quiet, so be it. If we get round to putting a turbo on, we can obviously make it as loud as we want. But for now, I think this is the plan. So I will start, I'll bolt that back up, tack that on, 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 drop it down, weld it, and then go about making a hanger. So let's get to it. And just as we planned, got that pipe, that box, a little bit of pipe, that box, longer bit of pipe, that then goes into these two and out the back. Now, I think in an ideal world, I might cut out the bottom of that panel up to this height. Where am I? Here, up to this height, through there and tub that through so that will come up higher. So I'm unsure. I've marked this because I may cut it and angle it up, but I'm unsure at the moment. I'm now going to drop it down and weld all the joints. I've got a couple of exhaust hangers coming tomorrow because it's just got one on it at the moment, up there. And I bought a wideband. I've been meaning to do this since I put it all in to go with the ECU and the dash and everything I've got. So I've bought that, and then I've realised I cut the hole out for the old lambda sensor, so I've ordered one of those which will come tomorrow as well. So I'll drop that down now, weld it up, and then I think next on the list, until those bits come, will be get all the wheels off, because we've got to swap the tyres onto the other wheels, and also got to work out these height sensors for these hydraulics, but I will explain that in its own little segment in a moment.
May the truth be told, I was down bad, now I got it on go. Finna count my dough till my thumb got slit. Put my neck on glitz, put my name on the list. Finna shine on the flippin' jump. From the bay, been player one, way too clean. I was born this way, this my DNA. I was EBT, now the bread on the way was to ETA. I done Took my pain, made it sound too clean. I'm a trailer. Never thought I can't. Got $1 on me. What is life but a dream? I
can't believe it's done this to me. It's just gone. I just laid on my back, right? Smashed my tailbone on that. Wired up under here to the fuse board. And my bit of wire which I need to get to here. Fuming. I guess I'll cut all these cable ties and run it somewhere else.
While we're here,
Anyway, how are you getting on?
I'm getting on well, but it's your time to shine. Let me
right.
pass you the camera. Tell the people what
Hello,
you're
gang.
doing.
Right, I'm trying to get this Land Rover drivable. I mean, it's kind of drivable anyway, but yes, the air ride obviously was just on kind of switching things. So here's a quick run through of what I'm doing with the air ride. I've finished mounting. Ignore the big stand, that's for the roof. I've finished mounting this stuff, so tank, compressors, valve block. Now, this is all stuff that came in that split over there, which is also owned by Miles, because that's going to go on really nice management, whereas this just needs to go up and down. So, that is just a valve block, which has air goes in, and then you've got each corner. These two pipes are coming out to a gauge. Now, to make this go up and down, we're just going to use one of these John boys, because this is like a remote receiver jobby. So, yes, I brought all the wire and everything through, batteries there. This will just operate off of this, so it'll just be front up, front down, rear down. So yeah, currently I'm just wiring all this stuff in, which hopefully I won't be on for much longer because time is running out, is of the essence. And I've still got a very big list of jobs to do. So, I guess, yeah, I need to get that done quickly. I need to get the bench seat fitted.
You can
I have my list here. Right, so on my list, I'm going to quick fire this. Mount the roof. That's probably like a last minute thing if I need to do it. Depends on what the weather's saying. Wiring the headlights. Need that because I've got to drive at night. Mount the battery. That's kind of mounted. I just got to put a bolt in. Fit the bench seat. Extend the gear stick. Wire in the air ride. Nearly done with that one. Fit an air gauge and plumb it in. Nearly done with that one. Fit a new steering wheel. I ordered the wrong boss, so I've got to wait for tomorrow for that one. Fit a flasher relay because we stole that for something else, so I've got to put that in there. Fit a hub nut because we're missing a hub nut. Fit bonnet straps because I haven't got any bonnet straps. Paint a couple of bits, give it some sort of tracking, and torque the wheels. So hopefully, in theory, the biggest jobs on here is going to be mount the roof and mount the bench. There we go, mate.
The moment of truth. You want to press the button? Press the buttons.
There's not enough air in the front.
But you all saw it here first. It worked. And the absolutely pointless air gauge on the outside works like a dream. Now the idea is, explain the idea, Chris. You're just walking up to your Land Rover, minding your business.
Just mind your own business. And you just air up as you're walking up to it, go, right, we're good.
And if you're not 100% sure it's at the right height, you can just check the gauge before you get in.
Just before you get in, you can have a quick little look and go, oh yeah, there we are, that's what, yeah, what, about 40 psi, we're good, yeah, we're good. We'll get in, off to the show we go.
And just a quick glance, all the lovely wiring Chris, it's not going to focus now.
No way.
All the lovely wiring Chris has done. So that is all in now and ready, and he will be moving on to the next job. Me, on the other hand, right. I have been trying to get the wheels to fit now, although they're the same width because they're an inch bigger. It means the lip comes in contact with the arch higher on the radius. So basically, they don't fit. So I'm just adding some camber basically to get them to tuck, and I think we're going to be running about fucking -9 degrees or something now, but I think they should look pretty good when they're on. Exhaust is all on and done. Like we said, nothing exciting to report there, although I do have the wideband sensor fitted now, and that's all plumbed into the cab. So we're slowly getting through the jobs, and what you'll see next, I have no idea. So I have been getting on with a few of the boring jobs off camera because who wants to see me change an oil filter? Now, it went okay. I was a little concerned as I haven't done it since I put the engine in this car, and obviously I've got chassis rails and things where they wouldn't be on an MX-5, but that all went okay, a little bit awkward. Done a fuel filter as well. I've put the tyres on the wheels, and they're looking pretty good, and obviously finalised cambering up the rear. I just done that, basically elongated the holes and welded the nuts on, so obviously it couldn't move. Chris is getting on with the Land Rover. I'll pass you back to him in a minute. Only other thing for you lot watching, let me know what you think about these. 3 new logos, which, you know, I've drawn, so be nice. It's going to do that, basically all 3 in a couple of colours, but that is a little sneak preview of something which I may paint on the doors of the Austin. So let me know in the comments what you think about them, or potentially anything you want to see slightly different on them. Colours you'd like, that sort of thing, because I'm still in the prototyping stage at the minute before I buy them all and print them, because the print room will be set up again real soon and we can get back to that. Other than that, I've got to now clay bar the whole car, because I've painted, stupidly, a van in the back room and all the paint come through, so that's all overspray. Now this, I gave a quick clay bar, and obviously, well, you can hear. You can hear the difference, so I'm going to clay the whole car and then give it a little polish. I think that's then everything. The hydraulics, the system, I haven't got time to fit that, because that needs to be fitted properly, because that's something I'm hoping to actually be able to sell to people who get annoyed about not knowing how high they are on hydraulics. But a little preview, this box will go in your boot, and that's got everything in it. And then I'm using a different screen now, but this was V1, but there's then a screen which you can mount on your dashboard, which will tell you your heights in percentages. It's a pretty cool system, and I'll be honest, I'm quite proud of myself for working out how to do it. But I think that will be probably in the next video, or the one, not the next one, because there'll be another one coming out tomorrow when you're watching this, so it'll be the following one. So yeah, I'm going to get on with polishing. I will hand you back to Chris, who'll let you know how he's getting on with the Land Rover.
Right, so moving on, my next job on the Land Rover is the bench seat. Oh, actually, there's a lovely steering wheel. Now, the wood is because it goes nicely and ties in with the wood inside of this. Now, I can't remember actually if did we speak about this bench seat? I can't remember.
I don't believe we have.
Okay, cool. Now, Miles wanted a bench seat in this. This is what the original plan was. Well, this wasn't the original plan. We were just going to make a bench seat. You know, flat cushions, some steel sides or something. But this, I don't even know how this came to be, but we just stood here talking the other day and we looked at the Lexus over there and said, well, that seat looks quite comfy. Let's give that a go. So, yes, that's what's happening. The rear bench seat out of the Lexus is going in there because it fits like, look at it, it's like, it's made for it. Yeah, it's bloody delightful. Works very well. So even the seat belts, the brackets for them, mount perfectly onto the tunnel, and the underside of this is actually grooved around the tunnel. So I need to make some brackets for the bottom of this, and then there's fixings in through the headrests. I believe they come through here somewhere. So I'll have to make some mounts for those.
And that is 1 out of 2 done. Now, you'll have to watch tomorrow night's video to see if we get number 2 done. And let me know what you think about it, because the bigger wheels in white, I think, are a pretty good look. Now, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe, all of that shit. And I will now get on with the Land Rover. See you tomorrow.
This is the line! No cross this, no further!
Hello. Oh, it's microphones there, so I suppose I'll pick up too. Yeah, they're everywhere. Where's the other cat? It's a camera there as well. Is that filming us as well? Yeah, don't need to. I just do the microphone. Don't know any other colours.